Yo, I just fucking seen something on Twitter that got me really interested. So you know how Lupe dropped Drogas Light and then Drogas Wave? So I was thinking Skulls was just supposed to be an album, but it's actually part of a trilogy. So it's supposed to be Drogas Light. Drogas Wave was going to be originally called Drogas, but he called it Drogas Wave, and it's supposed to be Drogas Skulls. And I don't know if it's true or not, but it's supposed to be dropping this year. I was reading on Reddit or whatever the case may be, because anything got to do with Lupe, I'd ended up following this shit on Reddit. And I'm just on Twitter, and people was just talking about upcoming albums this year. You know what I mean? And I had seen that, and I was like, oh shit. Like, I haven't really followed Lupe as far as the podcast he got with Royce. I follow him on Twitter and Instagram and shit, but he barely posts shit. So I had no fucking clue that this nigga was actually talking about the album, because I know that was supposed to be like his last project before he retired. And if DrogasSkulls is dropping, because he said, I do believe he said when he was talking about it that that's better than, I want to say, the Cool, in a sense. He said like lyrically it's better than the Cool. And I remember when he was talking about Muir Jr. and that finally came out on Drogas Wave. So if Skulls is supposed to be better than the Cool, I'm definitely intrigued by that. You know, so I'm hoping this is an upcoming album. You know what I mean? Because Lupe been on his Lupe-ness, I'll just call it that. You know, when he Instagram live during COVID and talked about a lot of things from politics to music, the music industry, slavery, jewelry, all type of shit. Even on Clubhouse now, he here and there talking about rappers wearing fake jewelry. But fuck all that. It's about the music. He have been pretty quiet. I think it's been, a couple years since Drogas Wave came out. I think it came out, 2018? So 2018, 2019, somewhere there and there. But I got the album I was just listening to earlier. But yeah, I'm definitely intrigued by that, because Lupe is just one of the ones that when he drop an album, I don't pay attention to shit else. You know what I mean? Because you got to really focus in, on what he's saying and what he's talking about. You know what I mean? He give you information. You can go like look up and learn even more about it. Like he said, you got to go to Harvard to be a Lupe fan or Lupe stan, whatever you want to call it. But hell yeah, out of all the albums that's dropping this year, that's definitely one of the ones I'm waiting on. Shit, I was talking about this shit for the last few years every time he dropped an album. And I remember when he did in one of the songs, he said, I might drop Skulls as an art show. And I thought that was like a fly ass line. He said like, oh shit, like what does that even mean when Lupe says that? Like, what an art show is, where it showcases, portraits of art and things of that nature. But when Lupe said, it kind of meant a little bit more, you know what I mean? Because if you remember what he said on Tetsuo and Youth, I like my pictures in word form. And so for him to say that about Skulls, I might drop it as an art show, I was just like, oh shit, okay, what is this nigga talking about? What does that mean? But yeah, man, it's been a cool little minute. I even heard a freestyle that he did on Clubhouse. Was fucking crazy. I gotta go back and find that and screen record that and drop that on probably Instagram or something, because that was just crazy. And listening to that nigga, and I'm like, yo, he ain't lost a fucking step. This is why he said he was better than niggas, and I still don't understand what niggas were trying to say that. No disrespect to Kendrick and King Los, you know what I mean? Niggas were trying to say that those niggas was better than him. Crazy. And it was so dope, the entire room that he was in when he was doing his freestyle. Now, mind you, I don't know if it was already recorded or he just had the beat on and he was just freestyling. But it sounded like it wasn't pre-recorded. It sounded like he was literally just turned the beat on and started freestyling. The entire room was silent. I'm thinking some dickhead gonna fuck around and say something or try to, interrupt. They was quiet as fuck and they listened to every word this nigga spit. I thought that was the most phenomenal shit. You know what I mean? It's not on the level of when I seen him perform Mural live, which was fucking crazy in itself. If you know how long that song is and you know how he gets into his bag when he gets into that flow and he killing shit, that was the most craziest shit to see live. But yeah, I'm definitely hyped for this album. Shit, I'll say if he actually dropping it, I'm anticipating a Lupe album over everybody else's album. Drake, Cole, Kendrick, fucking Griselda, Ransom, Wale, even I'm hearing rumors of Hove dropping. I don't give a shit. If Lupe is gonna fucking drop, that's what I'm focused on. Cause I don't know, just sometimes I just need that type of music to know that the world it's not so bad. I mean, it's a fucked up world. It's crazy. Life sucks, at least for me and shit. But when it comes to Lupe music, it has always pissed me in a different mindset. It's common, you know what I mean? It's educational. And when he want to get on his rap shit, where he ain't rapping, but he rapping just to show you niggas that I can do what y'all do, but do it better than y'all. It's the most craziest, dopest shit you ever hear in your life. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm kind of hype about that. I was kind of not down and out, but I was kind of like, damn, ain't no new music dropping. I heard rumors of Dirk getting ready to drop the deluxe and Playboy Cardi, but as soon as I seen that Lupe may drop some shit, and then I stopped everything and I had to just talk about this shit. But I don't want to make this video hella long though. But I mean, I would just listen to, you know, his albums the other day, and I think I do own every Lupe album that's been in stores since Food and Liquor. If I'm correct, I think I own every album. You know what I mean? And I was just looking at my CD collection earlier, just listening to a couple joints, and I was just like, damn. When you really look back and look at how music is, you can just go on your phone and get most albums that's on streaming services, but it's a different feeling to actually go into your CD book, grab a CD, play it, look through the booklet. You know, for those that have booklets, some of them came with posters and shit, but it's just a different feeling. You know what I'm saying? To just listen to music from a CD instead of just always on your phone. I just thought that was just a very nostalgic feeling. You know, even though they sometimes drop CDs, you know, not really in stores now, you can kind of like order them from, you know, the artists like websites or whatever you want to call it. But it's nothing like going into a store and grabbing a CD and seeing other people there communicating and seeing what type of artists or shit y'all fuck with like that. You know what I mean? It's just dope. And it's sad that era is like over with. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Lupe, I'm definitely looking forward to that. You know, and he is so fucking right about what he said to Royce in that chat room on Clubhouse. Because it's like, yo, you gotta let Eminem stick up for himself. You know what I mean? He basically was just telling Royce, like, fuck these niggas. You know, I ain't trying to be friends with these niggas and no shit like that. And he was right, though. You know what I mean? But that's that nigga dog. He gonna always stick up for him, and he gonna always, you know, if he hears something that he feels disrespectful, he gonna speak on it. I just thought that was just a funny Clubhouse, like, chat room that day, you know. And then Lupe was like, yeah, 100%, jewelry is fake. You know what I'm saying? Diamonds ain't what you think they are. He broke that whole thing down about diamonds and everything, and I was just like, wow. Because I guess some nigga, was it an athlete or somebody that Royce was saying that chooses to wear fake jewelry, and that's how they got into the topic. But that shit is dope. I'm getting more into like the Clubhouse joints to where they throw them on YouTube and shit, and some of them shits is dope. A lot of them is just on some other shit. I really ain't into that shit, but the last few that I've heard, it been pretty dope, man. But yeah, what do y'all think Lupe's best album is? Or just top 3 albums, you know? Mine, I'm gonna say Tattoo on Youth, in no particular order. Tattoo on Youth, Food and Liquor, and the Cool. I guess you could say that Drogas Wave is in there as well, but that's more of a album to where you really got to sit with it and study it, because he's giving you a lesson. It's a story that he's giving you, you know, with that album. But if I have to say my favorites, Tattoo on Youth, Food and Liquor, you know, the Cool, those are just albums I could just always go back to. You know what I mean? I feel like his debut album was definitely slept on, but lyrically it's crazy. You know what I mean? You listen to that shit when it dropped, you listen to it now, and you think of all the lyrical artists or conscious artists that they say is out there, and don't none of that shit hold up to, you know, that. You know, I remember when Kendrick dropped, and it was like, oh, that's like one of the best albums. What was he saying, of that year or the decade? No, it wasn't even a decade. I think it was like that year or some shit. And it's like, but does that stand up against Food and Liquor, like, for a debut album? That's a conversation I don't think a lot of people don't really have. Like, who really had like the best debut albums? You know what I mean? Of like, because Food and Liquor dropped, I do believe, 2006, 2007. You know what I mean? Then Kendrick dropped, you know, in the 2010. So it's like, when you think of artists, whether you call them new artists or not, or veteran artists who really had a solid debut. Like not really the Nas and Jay-Z's. It's more of the, the Lupe's, Wale's. You can throw Drake, Kendrick, and Cole and shit in there, but I think that's a good conversation to have though if you're comparing them to like, substance, lyrics, production, you know what I mean? Even features, like which album holds up to be the best and how people do brackets and shit. I think that would be a dope bracket to really look at. Because to me, even Wale debut album, Attention Deficit, is my favorite album out of his entire discography. You know what I mean? Because it's like, damn, what happened to that Wale? You know what I mean? That he was rapping about everything. You know what I mean? And just little by little, he kind of still got lyrics and he developed a great artistry. You know what I mean? So did Lupe, but I think Wale stepped away from something that a lot of people loved and admired him for. But Lupe always been, lyrically gifted. Rather he's doing some fun shit, he doing some knowledgeable shit, or he doing some hip hop boom bap shit. His storytelling just fucking amazing. You know what I mean? It's just dope as fuck. Whether it's a mixtape, whether it's an album, whatever you want to call it, Lupe he's just the GOAT. You know what I mean? He's definitely my all-time favorite artist, period. You know what I mean? And I'll pit his catalog against anybody's. You know what I mean? But you can't do no shit to where it don't make no sense. You know what I mean? It's like far as the people that you can't use King Los because he don't really have like albums wise. He got like mixtapes, but I'll pit his catalog up against Kendrick, period. And it's like, I gotta stop saying I don't even like that word. But to me, it's gonna be Lupe all day. Yeah, and I still trying to understand why people say that Kendrick, he's not a better lyricist than Lupe Fiasco. I'll say rapper if you're talking commercialized shit, but I feel like even Lupe commercial songs have a little bit more meaning than Kendrick's. I mean, I'll give him We Gonna Be Alright. I'll give him that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm always gonna roll with Lupe. No disrespect to Kendrick, I still love everything Kendrick brought to the game. You know what I mean? But I just don't see it's no competition there. But yeah, anyway, talking too long. What y'all think about Lupe dropping the album? I don't think none of y'all that watch my shit, even a Lupe fan like that. I mean, y'all made the Trippie Redd video I just recently did have a lot of views, and I ain't seen a views like that in a minute. So I see what the type of time and wave y'all on. But for those out there that can appreciate and admire Lupe for what he do lyric-wise, are you excited about him possibly dropping the album? And who do you think better out of Kendrick and Lupe? You know what I mean? If you had to pick 5 songs to go against each other, what would be your 5 songs for Kendrick and what would be your 5 songs for Lupe? That'd be dope to just see what y'all say about that. But y'all know, hit me on Twitter, hit me on Instagram. Y'all know where to find me if you got questions and shit like that. Other than that, I'ma holler at y'all, man. 1.